We want to expand that conscious collaborative capacity to the entirety of the species, every culture, every nation, every religion, every organization. It is our hope and intention to accomplish that. Where this is a poor metaphor, and we don't hope that there's no projections from it. We just want to show the possibility here. Bill Gates said in the past that he or his organization wanted there to be a desktop PC on every desk in the world, basically. And basically, that's not an absolute attainment. It is, they have come very close to doing that. We're not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. Person who invented the iPhone. The smart cell phones are now in the world in the many billions. We have a capacity to proliferate technologies in the world that has never been in the history up until now of humanity, has not existed and now exists. That capacity to proliferate that which is wholesome and good, not merely for technology purposes, to proliferate in the world, spiritual quality consciousness, conscious collaborative capacity, wisdom and discernment, higher understanding, unconditional love. We now have, via the internet and other means, a delivery system for that attained capacity. We want to augment that through the social movement engine. We want to augment global capacity for conscious collaboration so that that attained capacity can then be applied to any situation, any challenge, any solutions generation process. If you have a hammer, you have the capacity to, and at least within the durability of that hammer, you could build 100 houses. That is a capacity that you have to nail together the boards and build a house just because you've got a hammer, a tool. Conscious collaborative capacity is a universal Swiss Army knife tool for humanity. We are doing our best to define it in the most grounded, practical, comprehensive terms. How it works, what it looks like, what it can do, where it is optimally applied, why it is optimally applied, transcendent of other goals and priorities and values, transcendent of competition, transcendent of profit, transcendent of tribalism, transcendent of fear, transcendent of all traditional modes of solving problems. We hope that we're being clear with this communication and the necessity of pinpoint absolute precision, definitive precision in defining the dynamics and models of conscious collaboration that can be applied in our future and in our present to bear good fruit, to create a sustainable future for humanity. And that if we don't develop the capacity to collaborate consciously, we won't be able to enact the reality, the co-creative manifest reality of consistent, functional, efficient, practical, tangible, collaborative efforting and generation of solutions via that efforting. This definition of conscious collaboration, if you don't have a definition of a word or a concept that you can transfer to another person, that you can educate in another person's life, they literally can't do it. People have asked in the past, what's the way into the WSS? And really, truly, there's no way for an ego process into the WSS. The garb of the ego must be checked at the door gradually and hopefully gracefully. There is no way into conscious collaboration for the ego. because conscious collaboration is, by its very definition, it's very dynamic, non-egoic, and transcendent of ego. We are defining, and we're going to rigorously, comprehensively define, as best it can be put into words, our collective definition, model, and process of conscious collaboration, perhaps in a variety of venues, a variety of transdisciplinary environments, a variety of organizational environments, a variety of cultural or national environments. It can be tailored to each to optimally meet their needs. And it is our intention to thoroughly document it so that it can be transferred to others in an educational regimen. It can be modeled, walked, talked, understood, communicated about, resonated with, and constructively moved from. So you folks are in this moment, and for the last 60 weeks, have been participative in that process of roughing in and defining that process, and of subtracting and filtering out anything and everything that is not of that process, such as mind in its ego-identified form. The process of mind and logic is an ingredient. Logic is an ingredient in conscious collaboration, and it is not defining of it. The lower mind can be an ingredient in conscious collaboration, such as being able to tally a list of numbers or decide, what type of desk you want for your house. That kind of mindful decision making is necessary in practical worldly terms. And that said, we would suggest that conscious collaboration operates transcendent of both mind, logic, analysis, and these very necessary and practical stair-step elements that can lead to transcendent consciousness. So mind, logic, emotion, they're all supportive of the evolution of consciousness and conscious collaboration. They can be utilized by it, and it's important that they do not define it or limit its function and operational capacity.